Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala ali Sayyidina Muhammad wa sallim taslima. First of all, the chief host that brought everybody together, Sheikh Imran Abdul Majid Eleha. We thank you very much. May Almighty Allah continue to be with you. Sheikh Dr. Awad Ibu Sabi Al-Nasi, Deputy Minister, Islamic Affairs of Saudi Arabia. We thank you very much. We thank you very much. Professor Abdul Jura Sultani, former Minister, Islamic Affairs of Algeria. Thank you very, very much. Sheikh Mustafa Bauhali of Morocco. Thank you very, very much. Dr. Bilal Al-Alaf, Mufti of California. Well, I'm sure you are happy to be in Nigeria because you have snow in California now. It's very cold. Thank you very much. Sheikh Dr. Tolhat Yunus Ayilara too, the Grand Chief Imam of Ogbomoso land. All the League of Imams and Ulamas, their brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters. Again, Salamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, first of all, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State, I'd like to appreciate every one of us, those both locally and internationally, that has come for this exercise. We've seen that people are from Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Morocco, Chad. I think when I came in, professor from Chad was talking, Côte d'Ivoire, all over. And those from Ogbomoso, all over. We thank you very much for coming to Lagos. As Muslims, I think at least in Nigeria, we have fundamental issues that we need to address. And I'm happy that we are talking about it. But I think we need to relate it to our families. I have said it many times, so I will repeat it. Sheikh, so people will send requests for help, women especially. And all of them will say, I'm a widow, I'm a widow, I'm a widow. So I was concerned that, what is happening to our men? Are we dying so often? Why do we have all this widow? So I called some professors of sociology to say, please, can you do a study of what is the number of widows that we have in Lagos? Let's just find out. When they got to about, I think, 136,000, I can't recall the figure on my head anymore, but around that number, we stopped. But what did we realize? We realized that, the widows, the husbands are not dead. Can I say that again? The men just left. And wallahi ta'ala, when we were looking at the names, Abdul Qadri, Isaac, Abdul Razak. So I now told some of my imams that, what are we telling our men in the mosque? Is it okay to just bring a child into the world and just abandon? And therefore, we disadvantage our Muslim children. And whether we like it or not, missionaries will now pick them up, give them education, and convert them. So what are we doing? What are we saying to ourselves? Why are we not taking care of our families? Because the biggest challenge in our land today is the breakdown of our families. So why is it that our Muslim brothers are just abandoning our sisters, their wives? And they just go and marry another person. They just leave. Is it okay? So I think we need to look at that. And it percolates down to the quality of the children. You know, if the father is not in the house, usually when the father is coming, they say, your dad is coming. The children will straighten up. But if the father is gone, who is going to do that? So it now means that it is the street that will train that boy or that girl. So it's important that as Muslims, I think that we need to also localize our teachings so that as people, we know our responsibilities. What is our responsibility to our family? What is our responsibility to our communities? What is our responsibility to our country? What is our responsibility to the Muslim Ummah? So that we practicalize, so that we are not just... Somebody was telling me that he learned Islam because he was in Doha. He converted. He said if you look at the behavior of we Muslims in Nigeria, he will never be a Muslim. That if we look at the behavior and so we are not helping our religion by our behavior. And I think we really need to focus on that. So that when people see us, they can say, oh, wallahi, this is a good man. Or this is a good woman. And oh, it's because of Islam. That's why he's doing this, is that. May Almighty Allah make it easy for us. So I want to thank all of us again for coming together, for doing this. And Sheikh, we will await the communique to see how we can use it. You know, we have a fundamental issue in our country because of our constitution. So I think it will be useful if we can have the communique looked at by some of our Muslim brothers who are lawyers. Let them look at it vis-a-vis our constitution. How can we work with it so that it will not just be thrown out but if it's in line with our constitution, how do we package it so that everybody will benefit from it? I know that the country will benefit from it, but how do we work it through their process? So I think it will be useful if we call our very good Muslim brothers who are lawyers. We have many of them, senior advocates, so they can help us look at it, and then we can see the best way to go. May Almighty Allah make it easy for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
We really appreciate